Hey everyone, it's the infamous Dr. Q here, and this is Assassin's Creed 3, Sequence 7, Memory 2, Lexington and Concord. 100% synchronization. This one's fairly easy. Unfortunately, it's the last easy one out of this entire sequence. The third one being fairly difficult, and the last one being somewhat difficult. I had a lot more trouble with the third one than I did the fourth, is what I'm saying. But you just gotta keep riding down this this road, and eventually you'll get a prompt saying you need to rescue civilian hostages. At which point you'll need to just hang a left and dispatch a group of British soldiers post haste. Here it is here. So you just gotta ride at them. You'll get a prompt to jump off and tackle, which somehow I missed. Actually kinda didn't do all that great at the start of this, but I pick up quickly here. Blammo. Now you gotta get back on your horse and then ride over to point B. Now I gotta say at this point I'm really not a fan of what they've done with the horse riding mechanics in this. I really didn't see what was wrong with just holding down the high profile button and holding down X at the same time, and that being galloping with the horse, and now they've got this weird, like, oddly timed spur horse setup. Doesn't work very well. But really the whole horse riding thing completely comes to a head during this next sequence. Now you need to kill, I believe, 7 full groups of soldiers with a single volley. And the key to that is do not fire until you see the red outline of their circle. Just look at the mini-map. The groups of soldiers start out as a solid red dot, and eventually they will turn into a red circle with a black center. And that's the point at which you want to fire, or at least tell the group to fire. And it's really just sort of a, I don't know, sort of a juggling act. Open fire. You got to go back and forth between 3 groups and get them to fire at the appropriate times.
Wait for my signal. Wait for my signal.
Another thing I'm noticing right here is that the adult voice of Connor sounds a lot like the original Altair from the original Assassin's Creed, a game which had better horse riding mechanics than this one. But actually, I had to look it up to make sure it wasn't the same dude, and it's not. But this guy must have like been a really big fan of the first game and the first game only, and decided for whatever reason he really wanted to emulate the emotionally distant general American accent of the original Altair.
Hold fire! Open fire!
But yeah, you just gotta ride around and feel really irritated when you want to, you know, speed up on the horse and you can't. For whatever reason, it seems you can only spur the horse when you're riding away from this group. Like, yeah, I can spur the horse now, but not at any other point. But it's only a minor gripe, and it just, I don't know.
Prepare yourselves.
Just at a point in the game where you need to move really quickly around 3 points, and you're hampered by a horse that will just only trot most of the time. Kind of annoying. Like, you would be able to do this better on foot, but you can't get off of the horse now.
Fire!
Because you can't tell people to fire guns unless you're on a horse.
Wait for my signal.
and
Go.
these guys can't figure out when to fire. You're within earshot of all of them. You could tell them all to fire from a fixed location in the middle of all three of them.
Go.
But you know, it's a pretty good game. It's ridiculously unpolished, and I'm willing to bet Ubisoft is working like a bastard on the next patch, or at least I hope they are. If they're not, they should be drawn and quartered.
Wait for my signal.
But I like this game. I genuinely do. I'm just a little disappointed at the state that it's in. But there's all the stuff that you gotta do for 100% synchronization. Booyah Kasha.